Hey guys, it's Victor, give me a break man, give me a flake man. Is that still my name? Japanese for Morons, and I'm answering a question from Cassandra. Cassandra, this video is for you, and welcome back to the Japanese for Morons channel. Cassandra has been studying Japanese by herself and using Maggie Sensei on Patreon. By the way, Maggie Sensei has her own Patreon, and she puts up a lot of lessons, like tons of them. Shame in me. She's still putting up on the Patreon for Give Me a Flake Man, Give Me a Break Man, and now, as you may know, it's now called ASMR, Sounds of Japan. But anyway, we're still interested in, we're still going to be doing Japanese teaching videos, and this video is that kind of video. Anyway, the question is, she seems to have struck a wall, and she wants to know how to get past it. She's thinking, should I use flashcards? Oh, do we have the flashcards? Can you grab those flashcards? The kanji ones? Oh. Flashcards, or what to do? How do you study? Right? That's the question. And do I have any more other flashcards here? I think I might have some more here. But anyway, so I want to talk about some basic techniques. Flashcards. I have other flashcards in here. Oh, that's fine. Anyway, okay. So first of all, my recommendation for Japanese to when you're a beginner, especially, is grab one book. Just one basic textbooks, and these are some of the textbooks that we have and we use. This is one of the first ones I ever used, called Japanese for Busy People, which I don't know, it's fine. It's a good enough book. There's two versions. One of them has Romaji, or the English alphabet. Another one has hiragana in it. This one has which one? Both. This one has maybe. This is the Romanized one. Okay, this is the Romanized version. So if you're scared of hiragana and stuff, that's a good option for you. But what I would say is grab one of these basic beginner books and go through it from beginning. These are the four examples. I mean, there are tons of them. Here's another one here, Modern Japanese. There's tons of them, and you can just go on and just study the whole thing, and then go back to the beginning and do it again. In fact, I've gone through the same book 3 times. I've actually taken classes at a proper Japanese school many years ago. And I've taken the same class 2 or even 3 times. Okay, so for some people it's harder. If you're over the age of 19, your brain, this little science for you, your brain stops producing new, fresh brain cells, and your brain slowly begins to die. If you like to have a little alcohol, it dies faster. Other things you're putting in your body dies faster. Anyway, so it's harder to acquire language, but not impossible. I started studying Japanese when I was 21 or 22. And I've achieved a fairly fluent level. Many things I still don't understand, many questions I have, but I can, as we say in Spanish, me defiendo. I can defend myself in Japanese. Anyway, so here these are just some examples. I can barely speak English today, but these are just some examples. But what I would recommend is grab one of these and go through it from beginning to end. Okay. Now, when it comes to katakana and hiragana, she said, well, which one should I learn first? A lot of people, this is the normal technique. Learn hiragana first, then learn katakana, and then get yourself a kanji book and learn kanji. Can you open that up? Yeah, this is the Heisig method. Also, they also sell the kanji flashcards as well. I bought this years ago. Personally, I think you should be doing all at the same time. I don't think you should just learn hiragana first and katakana second and then kanji, because they're all basically part of the same writing system. And when you're studying other things like One Piece or whatever you're studying, if you're just walking around in the great city, you're going to see all of them mixed up. So there's no point in just learning one. It's like imagine you only learn lowercase English. You can only read the small a. It's useless. You can't. What if you see a big A or a big B? So you got to learn this. You got to learn all of them. So I try to be encouraging. I want you to succeed. But you gotta learn the hiragana and katakana. You gotta sit down and learn it. There's really no excuse. I mean, it's just push through it. Sit down and do it. So many students we've had, right? You got it? This one? So many students we've had don't learn it. I just want to, right? I do. But I don't. At one time. Charges were dismissed. Anyway, so seriously, all joking aside, just learn it. Just sit down and learn it. Have fun with it. Take time to learn some. Pick up some other materials and try to identify some of the hiragana that you learned in the One Piece comics or whatever. Walk around the city, watch videos on YouTube, and see if you can identify some of these words. And the thing is, they're not always, their hiragana will be mixed with kanji, and sometimes katakana and hiragana will be mixed with kanji as well. It's just amazing. It's all mixed, so it's not independent. Learn it all together, and seriously, get these two under your belt. Kanji is not that hard once you start doing a few of them. That'll come. It'll take time, but it will come. Now, in addition to that, flashcards are a good idea if you like them. I like them. I use a lot of flashcards. Or apps. Oh, there's so many apps that you can get out there. You just do searches on how to learn. There's all these websites that'll help you. They'll collect. People have already made collections. The problem is when you look on the internet, like there are these sites that people have made their collections of words. Some of them have mistakes. So you got to be careful. Most of the books, though, are probably more reputable and they probably have fewer mistakes. Something I think that when I was starting out, and you got to please feel free to correct me if you disagree, is when I started out, you can see this old tattered and torn dictionary. Yeah. This is a great book. When I was studying one of these other books and I would think, I don't understand this, God, somebody explain this book to me. I would just go over here and look it up.
Yankee's good.
Yankee's good.
To study on your own.
This is good to study on your own. Yeah. So, right? And yeah, that's a good one. And anyway, if I had a question, or if I just didn't, sometimes, I need some help sometimes, You're that empty. So, sometimes, if you're like me, you need a little extra help. Go to another book. Look it up. And there's like 3 levels of these. This is the first one, right? You can look it up online. Don't worry. So we got 3 different levels. This is the basic one. Should be enough for a beginner. Also, what I found was this is the other one, intermediate. I don't think we have the advanced one.
I bought it.
You bought this? I have one too.
Really?
I have one at home. Yeah. Okay, that's yours. You should write your name on it. Okay. So, and this is one that I don't think they even make this anymore. But you can buy used copies of this online. Or there's actually a Japanese conjugator website, you can do it. They show you how to conjugate all the verbs and they give you example sentences. And I found this very, very useful because one of the hardest things in the beginning when you're studying Japanese is conjugating verbs. And so I really like this book. So that's the initial way to study, okay? Grab one book. Well, let's review. First of all, get this on your goddamn belt, okay? Thank you. Really, don't make me hit you. Don't make me hurt you. And then grab one of these basic books, whatever. It really doesn't matter. There are so many. I mean, we've got literally 10 more different versions, or 10 more different brands or methods in the other room. I got to stop and breathe for a second. Okay, study one of these front to back. Then go through it again. When you're tired or bored, look up something in here on the internet. Look it up. There's tons of people making videos and there's websites explaining the same thing. Sometimes you just need to learn it from a different point of view, a different way. So just go online and find something that bothers you that you don't quite get and, refresh it. Of course, the other option is you could hire someone like me or like Maggie Sensei, who does give lessons. We do give lessons. We're a little bit more expensive, but if you're truly interested, you can contact us at askgimmeabreakman@gmail.com. We have a couple openings now, but I'm not really making this video to push our lessons. I'm doing this to answer Cassandra's question. Anyway, go through one of these books, get this under your belt, go through one of these books, use these other reference books to review. And if you want to, take breaks and study kanji, and study something else. Go through here and see what you can understand and can't understand.
You know what? Netflix?
Oh yes, Netflix that's something I do too. Turn on Netflix.
Yeah, watch a Japanese show.
Watch Japanese shows, and they have English shows too, translated or dubbed into Japanese. With Japanese subtitles, or just watch a Japanese show, right? That's a great way to do it. If you like anime, do what you like. Oh yeah. The last thing I wanted to point out was something I do, but this will come later when you're a little bit more advanced. You can grab one of these at a 100 store, and if you really want, we could send you one. This is like the Doraemon's way to teach kanji. It's just a kid's way, but they're fun, right? And you can learn kanji that way as well. And try to read some of the little manga, which has furigana there. Furigana means the readings are next to the kanji, so even if you have trouble, you can read along. And once you get a little bit better, you can do something a little more difficult. For example, using this book called Shadowing, which teaches things that are much more difficult but very conversational. And it has the English and, does it have the English here? No, it doesn't. Just hiragana? Okay, it has just hiragana, but it has the meaning in English and Chinese and Korean. And it just has useful expressions. And it comes with a CD, so you can listen along. Okay? So that's kind of, I would say that it probably doesn't fit into the grammar of a beginner, but it'll show you some fun expressions. And something I call reverse learning, I didn't invent that word, I'm sure, is you grab yourself a book that teaches English that has useful expressions in English and learn how to say them in Japanese, like this one. Like this one says, it's too late now. Ima sara osoi yo. It's too late now. Right? So you can learn backwards. But the problem with this is that you have to know your kanji. Like I know this kanji, so it's no problem. I know these kanji, so no problem. Atama hiyase yo. So it's no problem for me, but it's still fun for me to learn that way. If you do this method, you would have to need to get a Japanese person to help you out. You can't do it alone, right? And I guess that's about it, right? So I hope that helped a little bit, and I hope that answers Cassandra's question on how to get over a hump. What scientists have shown is that you remember the first thing and the last thing you studied. So take a lot of breaks. Take breaks, jump around, get yourself a few learning study materials, and do something, and then take a break and do something else. Just jump around, you know. Practice a little hiragana, practice a little katakana. Make yourself a chart doing both. Test yourself. Okay, this is the hiragana, this is the katakana. Look up a kanji that starts with the same letters or with the same pronunciation. There are tons of kanjis that are actually pronounced with one hiragana or one katakana, or one consonant vowel pairing. But anyway, that's it for now. I hope this helped, and I'm going to upload this straight as it is. If you like this video, please subscribe. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, ring that bell, and get more notifications, because I will be making many more learning Japanese videos or videos related to learning Japanese on this channel. And you definitely should go back and look at the library that we have on this channel already. This channel's been kind of dead for the last few months, but I'm coming back, and there's a lot of teaching material. I'm gonna go back and answer more basic questions. So if you do have questions, feel free to email me at askgimmeabreakman@gmail.com. If you're a Patreon supporter, you'll definitely get your question answered, and maybe even on video. So let me know, and you can find out how to become a Patreon supporter in the description. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys soon.